What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to DC Unplugged, and today we're doing something a little different. We're doing an e-bike, which is pretty sweet. So let's roll that intro, and I'm going to tell you so much about this bike. I'm so used to doing scooter reviews and messing it up. So in this video, I guess we'll probably start along around the front and we'll work our way through the bike just to get you as much information as possible towards you, obviously, with this bike. So first of all, we've got some great brakes at the front. We actually have 180mm Shimano fully hydraulic brakes. We then come up to the forks. We have both a fork that is not only preload dampering adjustment, but as well as has a lockout. So you can completely lock these out so you have no suspension at all, becomes basically rigid, and then you can just reopen it back up and it comes back into a suspension fork. Up the front here, we actually have quite a bright LED light for obviously using at night time. And coming up the stem, we have sealed bearings. Also coming up a little bit further, we also have ourselves a fully adjustable kind of pitched, if you want to lean it forward a little bit more, stem, headset, whatever you want to call it. And then obviously from here, we actually have our bars. So starting from the right side, we obviously have our twist throttle and brake lever. We've also got our gear selector. So this has actually got a 9-speed Shimano Altus gear selector, which is just found down the back here. It's a little bit dirty from us riding it. And then moving along, we've got this LCD 8-color display, which is actually sitting quite nice and proud here. Being that it is a screen, any screen is going to have a bit of glare, so you do get a little bit of glare, but the screen is actually quite bright that you can, just for when you're looking down, quick glance, you can see that quite well, and gives you a lot of readout, which you'll see in the riding video, which I actually do explain a couple of things that you do see on the screen. Moving along, we've obviously on the left hand side we have our bell, standard bell, and then we've got our power switch and up and down buttons for your modes, and then obviously rear brake lever. Moving further throughout the frame, we actually have a really easy to remove battery pack. You can just simply grab the keys, you unlock it, and then you just pull it out. Not only that, on top of it, we actually have a battery readout. You just push and hold the power button in, and it will tell you exactly where the percentage is on your battery. So you don't actually have to have the bike on to find out exactly where your battery life is. Further down, we have this, comes with the bike. You can have it on the bike if you want to, or you can have it without it. For this video, I have actually put it on here, which is a drink holder, along with this rear, very sturdy, ridiculously strong actually, and sturdy luggage tray, I think they call these, along with a rear mudguard. And obviously they do come with a front mudguard, but I'm not really a big fan of the mudguard. Personally, for myself, I would actually not have this on, nor the rear mudguard, because I think if we just kind of eliminated that, this would be a very handsome looking rear end bike. But just for the video, I've put this on just to show you that what comes with the bike. So you actually do get quite a lot of accessories to come with the bike. It's all included in the box. You just pick and choose what you want on there. Going further down, obviously we've got that actually really nice, high quality chain here in silver. We've got alloy, not plastic, alloy pedals, kind of like bear traps from back in the day. And along with that, we've actually got a derailleur guard, which is pretty cool to have, and it definitely is going to protect that Shimano Altus gear changer. So we don't want any brocks or anything we're riding past to smash up our derailleur, because that would be absolutely catastrophic. And obviously out the back here, we've got our hub motor, our Bafang hub motor, along with our 180mm Shimano hydraulic brakes. Now the range on this is expected to be, depending on how hard, and obviously the terrain is always going to be variable when you're riding something like this. This is expected to be at about 40 kilometers. That's obviously with the most minimalistic assistance. So you'd be having it in pretty much gear 1 and then mostly pedaling and yourself doing most of the work. So that is something that you would have to maybe think about as well. But in saying that though, 40 kilometers is definitely not a short distance. That is quite a lot of distance, and being that you can actually remove the battery if you ever wanted to, you could actually buy a spare battery, maybe attach it to your luggage area, so then that way you don't have to hold on to the battery. and you could have an extra one, so when that's empty you can just swap them out and carry on. Now another one worthy mention is actually these tires. So they're kind of like a mix between like a dirt tire and a road tire. Now I find that these are actually quite nice. I've ridden a little bit on these already, as you can probably tell, but they are actually not bad at all. But obviously there are other tires out there that you can swap out and make this really unique to yourself, or just your riding style in general. If you're a bit more rugged, or if you're more of a road person, you can go for a more slicker, smoother tire, or thinner if you're after just absolute most range possible. So, but that's enough about me harping and carrying on about all these fancy numbers and all sorts. Let's jump on it and go for a ride and see what it's like to ride. Let's do it. Okay guys, first impressions, let's get on this thing. I've got it turned on already in gear 3. Man, these grips are really nice, eh? Leather with the stitch, pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not too sure if these guys are gonna be able to see that because there is a little bit of glare. All right. So the pedal assist is actually really nice. I mean, gear 3 now. Oh, going down, there we go. Gear 5, doing 22. Just gonna turn that assist down to about 2. Yeah, that's heaps nice. It's as comfortable as. Yeah, that assist at number 2 is really good. Another thing too, guys, when you're actually using the assist too, like when you jump up to, like, let's say gear 3, it's a very small jump up in your assist level. So I actually kind of like that, because sometimes certain jumps in assist levels can be a little too much. And I have to say, this throttle is actually really nifty for when you're like completely stopped and you want to start pedaling again, but you've left yourself, let's say in gear 5, you can just pull on the throttle and you can just take off. Another thing too, you can use this while you're riding too. So if you're already in pedal, you just pull the throttle, gives you a bit more power just to get you up a hill. But apart from that, this is sick. Shimano brakes are really nice. That Shimano gear changer with a little lever to go down on the inside between the throttle and the front brake. So if we want to go down, hopefully you guys can see that there. You just go up or down, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's I'll show what I mean by when I stop completely. So let's say I've lifted in 5. Now, let's say we went, oh no, I've left the pedal up and down, can't really pedal to start off. You just grab the throttle, get yourself going, and you can start pedaling, and then it takes over, which is great. I really like that. Now this is a GT bike. It's not the full off-road bike. It's just got front suspension. There is a bike out there with front and back suspension, which we will be reviewing later on. We've also got this nice lockout, suspension lockout. And we've also got on this side here your preload, so you can adjust it so it can be softer or stiffer, which at the moment I think it's perfect where it's at. This gives me a little bit nice and soft. And apart from that, guys, this feels great. The gear selector, that Bafang rear motor is absolutely amazing. It's really buttery smooth. Slight bit of delay when you start to pedal, ever so slightly, not a massive amount, not enough to annoy you at all, but it's just a hub motor thing, so it's on a mid-drive where it knows exactly when you're starting to pedal. But having the delay is also pretty good, because if you accidentally pushed the pedal and rotated while you're walking the bike for say, it just kind of take off on you, so you don't want that. So, but yeah, brilliant display. I can actually see that even though I've got a little bit of glare, I can still kind of see it. We've got an overcast day today, so it does throw quite a fair bit of glare, but very easily visible. We've got voltage readout, how hot it is outside, so it's at 25 degrees, nice cool day today. We've got time it's been on for, distance we've traveled, 1.3 kilometers. MOT power, so motor power, so that actually tells us how much power it's actually using in watts, which is actually pretty cool. So at the moment it's using 400, 460, that's cool. Very, very cool. Now I'm going to go down here. There's actually a really big hill on the other side of this, so I'm going to put this into 5. I'm going to leave it in 5th. It's a 750 watt motor, so we should be able to get up this pretty easily. Obviously I've got to put my work in as well. Yeah, it's doing it easy as. We're cruising at 20 kilometers an hour up this thing. Way too easy. Jump this assist down to 3. Oh no, we'll put it down to 1, so I don't really need much assist. But yeah, you can see here you just got your assist up and down. Obviously it goes up and down in the assist on the fly, which is pretty cool. And yeah, very, very cool. Overall, guys, it's actually a really, really comfortable bike. The suspension definitely works really well. Just being that obviously it doesn't have rear suspension, so it is a hardtail. So a good thing to probably keep in mind if you are after something that's very, very comfortable. But as far as it goes, for the money you get a lot of e-bike for your money. So, and I really, really like this grey titanium metallic paint. It's actually really nice. It's a shame it's not a sunny day today, because this paint would look really, really nice, and hopefully those B-roll scenes you can see on the screen hopefully show it enough. But yeah, the color on this is so nice. I actually really rate it. This is so comfortable to ride. This is bringing back some memories. This is so good. Wonder if I can wheelie it. Yeah, let's go. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've wheelied a bike. I'm sure there'll be heaps of people out there that can. Oh, that's excellent. So we've just come back from a ride. What do I think? So for this being Viper's very first ever bike that they've actually put to the Australian market, I think this is actually really, really good bang for buck. Like 750 watt, 17 amp hour battery, 48 volt. It actually goes really, really well up a hill, which you would have seen in the tests just done before. That's actually not a small hill at all. That's actually kind of like this. It's a big hill. And to be fair, I wasn't actually really putting that much effort in there. That 750 watt Bafang motor in the back was actually doing the majority of the work for me, which is really good and very torquey. So yeah, that's a very big plus. And the overall quality of this, like we've got sealed bearings in the neck here, we've got sealed bearings in the front and the back. Like this is usually stuff you usually see in a very, very expensive bike, and I could see this being a very, very good bike for someone that is just getting into e-bikes. And you know, being that if you wanted to go a really long distance, you have the capacity of actually hot swapping that battery out if you go and buy another battery, which is perfect, because some of the e-bikes nowadays actually have them like molded into the actual chassis themselves, and you can't hot swap it, which once you've ran out of battery, that's fine. It still is a bike and it's still easy to push. Like the hub motor doesn't make any drag or anything like that to slow you down. It just becomes a normal bike, which isn't the end of the world. But if you're, you know, you have some knee problems or arthritis problems or something like that, and you still want to be able to get out and about, obviously that part of the whole e-bike is obviously going to very much appeal to you. And yeah, just being able to hot swap if you need to, that's a pretty good plus. And the fact that it comes with so much extra stuff, like the cargo tray, the bottle holder, like the mud guards, both front and back, like you can have those if you want to put them on there, or you can just take them off and not run them. Or you can run everything but just the cargo tray. So pretty cool. Very, very nifty, and for the price range, I find that this is a very big bang for buck buy, and I rate it highly. So yeah, anyway guys, if this video has helped you guys out in choosing your next e-bike, or if you are already a part of the channel, then you'll know that I do a lot of e-scooter stuff too and reviews. So definitely, if this has helped you out guys, please by all means give us a like, subscribe up there, and just it helps me out bring more really cool content and videos like this to you guys and as a community too. So I see you guys liking and subscribing, and I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.